Hi everyone. Today's video provides you with best autism therapy practices and methods. It also answers key questions you might have about autism treatment methods as well as plans. But first, let me introduce you to today's use case study that involves Michelle and her son, Evan. Some people call him Evan. Now, when Michelle first noticed her 3-year-old son, Evan, wasn't speaking like other kids his age, she just assumed he was shy. But as time passed, it became clear that Evan wasn't just quiet, he was overwhelmed by loud noises. He avoided eye contact and he struggled with even the simplest transitions. After his autism diagnosis, Michelle was handed a stack of brochures and a referral list of therapists. She left that appointment with more questions than answers. The situation is this: Michelle's story is not unique. For many parents, caregivers, and even therapists, the journey into autism therapy begins with a lot of confusion, fear, and this urgent need to do the right thing fast. And so, today's video, we have a lot of exciting topics to go over with you today. We are going to be looking at what ABA therapy really is and why it is widely used. And then we will do a comparison between core autism treatment methods that professionals often draw upon. We will break down how to create a personalized autism treatment plan that fits the unique needs of each child. For therapists and other professionals, we will also provide access to free ABA and autism care management templates and behavior plan examples. And from there, we will explore how to distinguish between evidence-based and controversial treatments. And then at the end of today's class, we will tie everything together with a system-wide approach and answer the top questions that clinicians and caregivers often ask. So, understanding ABA therapy. ABA, or applied behavior analysis, is one of the most widely researched and practiced autism treatment. At its most foundation, ABA focuses on identifying behaviors that support learning and independence and reinforcing them through structured, individualized programs. Now, keep in mind what I just said. Reinforcing them through structured, individualized programs. Keep that in mind because we will touch upon it during this class a little bit further. Now, going back to the process of ABA, it really involves breaking scales into small steps and using positive reinforcement to build them over time. Also, keep that in mind, using positive reinforcement to build them over time. Real-world progress is tracked using data collected during sessions, which helps therapists make adjustments as needed. One of the key things to keep in mind is this: ABA is and should be flexible. It's not a one size fits all, and it can be delivered in homes, clinics, or schools, depending on the child's goals and needs. Now, before you go about scrambling, trying to write everything that I'm talking about, keep in mind that the complete guide of everything that we are discussing, we will include the link at the bottom of this video. So the video transcription and the guide, you have access to it. Now, ABA is powerful, but it is just one of many tools. This slide that we are looking at here introduces several of the most commonly used autism treatment methods. IBI and EIBI are more intensive early childhood versions of ABA that focus on foundational skills. DIR, also known as floor time, uses child-led play to promote emotional development. TEACCH, TEACCH, is often used in classrooms and builds on structure and visuals. And when you take a look at the written guide of this video, it defines all of these terminologies that we are using on this slide. Speech and language therapy is essential for communication, while occupational therapy supports daily living skills and sensory needs. Finally, social skills groups provide colleague-based or individual and community-based learning for emotional regulation and connection. Effective support often means blending these based on a child's individual strengths and challenges. Now, let us discuss, how do you build an effective autism treatment plan? A strong autism treatment plan really begins with a comprehensive assessment. And we have provided free templates that you can use. So when you look at the guide and you scroll down to the free tools and resources, you will have links to download those free templates. So going back to conducting a comprehensive autism assessment, this includes developmental history, sensory profiles, caregiver input, and also using tools like VB-MAP, VB-MAPP, or Vineland-3. The main thing is really to do an assessment intake. So irrespective of everything that we've said so far, if you take a look at the basic autism treatment assessment intake form, that really captures a lot of the fields that you should be populating as part of your comprehensive assessments. Once you understand the full picture, you now move into creating SMART, S-M-A-R-T goals. These are goals that are specific, measurable, and meaningful for the child's growth. From there, you want to choose the appropriate therapy methods and determine how often they should be delivered. Emphasis on therapy methods. We will discuss the different types you can choose from. Crucially, you want to plan for generalization by building in support across all environments: home, school, and community. Think about it from a three-legged stool perspective. When one leg of the stool is weak, the entire stool wobbles. stool wobbles. So home, school, and community, all three environments are very important for building up. Lastly, you want to treat the plan as a living document, and you want to continuously adjust it as the child progresses and their needs change. The next one is to very quickly go over templates. Now, templates can save professionals and families a lot of time and guesswork. We provided editable, free autism treatment plan examples, behavior intervention plan templates, and also support documents that you can use and adapt for your own setting. These tools also include key components like gathering baseline data, individualized goals, intervention strategies, and monitoring systems. Whether you are focused in a school, clinic, or private practice environment, these templates can help keep you and other team members aligned. Emphasis on aligned and also ensure consistent data-driven care. The next topic we are going to go over is how best to manage behavior through positive mechanism. Behavior intervention plans, BIP, are essential when supporting individuals who exhibit challenging behaviors. These plans are built from functional behavior assessments that determine the purpose of a behavior. Like, for example, a behavior that is done to gain attention or to avoid a task. A good BIP teaches replacement behaviors and includes prevention strategies, reinforcement systems, and safety protocols when needed. In a school environment, these plans are often linked to IEPs or 504s. What matters most is that the BIP, Behavior Intervention Plan, doesn't just manage behavior, it builds skills and reduces stress. Reinforcement can be immediate, meaningful, and directly tied to progress. For the next slide, on the next topic, with so many treatments being marketed online, it is important to distinguish between what's proven and what's not. Evidence-based treatments like ABA, speech therapy, and OT have decades of reviewed and proven research behind them. They are regulated, structured, and ethical. On the other hand, some controversial methods like chelation therapy or stem cell treatments, these lack scientific support, and in some cases might actually be more harmful. When families bring up these options, you want to meet with families with empathy, acknowledge their desire to help, and gently guide them towards safe, effective approaches supported by research. Now, to pull everything together, one thing to keep in mind is this: no single method can meet all needs. The most successful outcomes come from coordinated systems that integrate therapy, education, and family engagement. So, you want to start with a personalized treatment plan and then layer in a well-crafted BIP if needed. You want to ensure that all team members involved, all the way from therapists to aides to teachers, they all understand and support the goals. You can use tools like visual schedules and communication aids to help children thrive in everyday environments. And most importantly, build a strong partnership with families if you are the therapist so that progress continues outside your regular formal sessions. This kind of collaboration drives lasting success. And let's close by answering and addressing a few common questions. Some questions we see are, what's the difference between ABA, IBI, and EIBI? Well, you want to think of them as all part of the same family, with IBI and EIBI offering more intensive early intervention. Second, a strong treatment plan should be individualized, measurable, and aligned across all settings. BIPs should be reviewed regularly, at least every 30 to 90 days. And yes, there are free tools available, as I mentioned, including editable plans and templates that we will be sharing with you today. Finally, when families ask those on proven treatments, you want to guide the conversation with empathy and evidence. Your role as a therapist is to inform, support, and advocate. Up next, click on the next video on the top right, to continue your knowledge and education about best practices for different types of social and human care guides. In addition, if you have any questions or you have any comments, feel free to comment or ask those questions on the comment section of this YouTube video, or you can send us an email and we will be more than happy to address your comments and your questions. Thank you very much.